Well, first of all, Leo, obviously we saw amazing scenes at the end of last weekend's game. One thing you've been telling us that you can't keep continuing coming back like you are doing, but you certainly are, aren't you?
Yeah, they keep doing it, don't they, the players? Full credit to them. I've had loads of comments about first half, second half, and my reply is football's played over 90 minutes. If there wasn't that break in play, you wouldn't necessarily. Now I'm trying to manufacture it to how it sounds, how we want it to sound a little bit. But football is played over 90 minutes. Yes, we want to take the lead in a game. We know we've got to score more goals in the first half, and it's something we're looking to do. It's not down to effort why we're not doing it. We've gone through the chances we've created first half as staff, me certainly. There's plenty of opportunities for us to score in the first half. So yeah, let's see if we can put that right.
The other thing that stood out for us as well is that when you were speaking after the game, you said you were emotionally drained. It really taken a lot out of you. Is that something that you've got to try and learn a little bit more about, how to manage it? Because you can get caught up in emotions, can't you?
I think I've been generally quite good. No, I don't want to manage it. I wanted to enjoy it. We're there as well. So no, I want to enjoy it in the moments when we feel appropriate. I think I've been quite good with me and my emotions. With that, you're generally drained after every game. As a manager, you generally are drained after the games. It was just more so on Saturday we put a lot into it, tactically through staff on the sidelines and obviously the players on the pitch. But no, I want to enjoy the moments with the players as well.
How do you come back down to earth and ready for Monday morning's training?
When you walk in, you've got to walk the dog. So you quit. No, again, I think I've said it before, I'm pretty good with stuff like that. We're on the bus, you have a quick debrief on the bus. We always have a walk around on the pitch after the game. And as soon as we can, we start speaking about the next game. And just how we're going to debrief the game that's gone and what we're going to deliver to the players. But I am pretty good with that. I was as a player in terms of being quite level-headed. When you're losing, when you're winning, it's all about the next game.
Your team is certainly giving value for money, isn't it? I think you're the third top scorers. You're unbeaten in 11 at home. 17 goals scored already this season. It is a place to come and see some entertainment watching your team.
Yeah, and I think that's what we wanted to do. We want to be entertaining. We want to score goals. We've got to work on aspects of the game that we feel we can improve. We can improve every aspect, but certainly just defensively. But no, we want to be exciting. We've got exciting players on the pitch. We don't want to handcuff them. We want them to express themselves and hopefully continue doing what they are doing.
The $64 million question must be the one real puzzling stat is the first half, I think you're near the bottom of the table, and the second half, you're well clear at the top of the table. It's hard to understand, I suppose, is it?
Just back to your first question. There's only one table we'll be looking at, and that's the one where they're collectively together. That's the one that matters. It doesn't matter when the points come, when the goals come, how they come. Yes, we've got to improve on the obvious, but the most important one, because I had that sent through to me about 5 times. But yeah, it's the one table that counts is the one where total points are on there.
But can you work on things like, you know in the back of your mind you've got to start better. Can you work on things out on your training ground with your players?
Yeah, you can. You can add little things in terms of we spoke about the Wimbledon game, how we think it might look differently if we were to do that again, that game, which then makes it the game look different, and we do have to think about playing away from home, how that's going to look. But I'm not beating the drum as yet. Every day we've got to start better, we've got to do this, because I don't want it to become an issue. I remember set plays being an issue at this football club for many years, and the more you bang on about it, it seems you go the other way. So we'll just continue our work, continue to work with the players, and we'll hopefully get improvements in every area.
Well, one terrific stat is that there's 9 different scorers now after last weekend's game.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want the freedom of the players to be able to attack. Again, we're not handcuffing them. Lovely finish from Joel, arriving in the box, which I commented on. We big on him trying to get him them more goal scoring areas. Again, that can be through what position he's playing and what he's being asked to do, because he can play as a deeper one as well. We do like that. But yeah, it's good to share the goals around, but it's also good that the forwards are notching up some goals. You know, Neville 4, 3 and 3. So you know, they're notching up the goals as well.
Well, he's been in the news the last week, hasn't he, Joel Taverner? We spoke about the contract, we spoke about the first goal. If you select him this weekend, his age, he's making his 50th appearance for the club.
Is that right? Yeah, good. No, I didn't realise that. An outstanding professional, a real outstanding professional. Gets on with his work, wants to improve every day. He's running stats. You have to pull him back. We have to come up with ways of stopping him running so much in training, as daft as that sounds, because we need to look after him because he's still a young lad. So we need to manage him right in terms of what we're doing between the games, just so he can stay in and around that level. But no, some achievement that already, 50 games, and I think you can see he's going in the right direction.
Well, you're returning home now after two, good away performances, where you've brought back 4 points, and you're boasting a very impressive home record. I just mentioned it. I know we look at it. It's 11 unbeaten. It goes back a long time.
Yeah, it does, and it's something we've spoke about leading into the season, about it being a difficult place to come and play, and it is. We've got to be on the front foot. The things you were talking about previously, we've got to be on the front foot. We've got to control the game. We've got to match them in every area. We had a torrid at their place at the back end of the season, towards the back end of the season. So we've got to match them for energy, second phases, etc. They're a good team. We've got some good young players that they bring through the system. Me and their managers probably got the most in common in the league in terms of two pretty similar clubs and how we're trying to operate.
It's my next question. I was going to say that, because when you look at them, they get Academy, Cat 2, similar type of club as well, and they took Mansfield all the way to the wire, didn't they? They nearly got a full result last weekend. Yeah,
they were excellent as well. Really well organised, transition really well going forward. Like I say, they've got their own young players who've come through the academy, which is good to see. From their perspective, and also just from a general football perspective, I think it's good to see clubs back in their model. Like I say, we're very similar clubs, so no, we know we've got a lot in common. We know the stresses of it, and we also know the positives of it.
Final one, just an update on the lads who've been in the treatment room. Shiloh Tracy, Charlie Colchester got some minutes under his belt on Monday, and Conor O'Ryan, just an update on how it went for him. So those three, really, I think.
Yeah, Shiloh's progressing nicely. The weekend probably too soon for him. He's still got a little bit of discomfort around his ankle, but he's progressing nicely. There's nothing serious. He's been for a scan. There's nothing really serious now. The healing's starting to happen. So it'd be good to get him back probably next week now. Charlie, it was good to see Charlie. He looked fit. We got to get him some minutes. And the challenge for all of us is to get him on the pitch more often than not, and get him a run of games, building up to being involved in the first team. Connor's ankle, I need to speak to the lads this morning. We're going to give him every opportunity to be available, but he's a tough lad, so we'll see how he is today and tomorrow.